Hello everyone, we're back at Dort Mall in Flint, Michigan, and we're going to be doing a little exploring here today at this mall that I thought was pretty much abandoned, which may or may not be. We did a video about this a while back, which I said this was an abandoned mall in Flint. Clearly there are some stores not inside the mall here on the outside that are still open, and I was told in the comments that it's really not abandoned, that there's still some things going on inside. And I thought we'd take a look at it.
I forgot to mention during the filming that the site was formerly a drive-in movie theater. Starting in 1946, the Dort Drive-In occupied this space, as you can see in this photo. And then here is the demolition of the screen to make way for the mall in 1964.
The first video was pretty popular, got a lot of views, a lot of comments, so I thought I'd come back and follow up on the rest of it. I can see the big clown sign that used to be on that striped post is now gone. It's disappeared. But the roto balls are still here from the old Wally's restaurants. There's one there. There's things light up and spin around, and there's another Starburst type roto ball over here. That's probably got its own particular name, but I don't know what it is. This started out in 1964 with a Yankee store, which was a Flint-based department store chain from the early 60s, and an A&P grocery store. And I have no idea how it was laid out back then, which store was where, but Yankee and the A&P store are long gone. Different things. There's a cinema, two-screen cinema on the backside, which supposedly has been converted to offices, and we'll check that out when we get done with the inside, and we'll go around back and check it out. But the old Pizza Hut over here is long closed down and being remodeled into something else. There's a Big John. I think someone said that's what that was. That red and tan color building over there was a Big John. But we're gonna head inside now and see what we can see. The owner of the mall building now is the Pirani family, and they're really big into hockey. Especially they own a chain of stores called Pirani Hockey World, and apparently there's some personal family memorabilia and antiques and collectibles on display inside. Let's go check it out, shall we? Alright, here we are inside the main entrance, and we're going to just walk and see what we find. Look at this giant T-Rex dinosaur here made out of scrap metal pieces. This is really awesome. Mostly I see like gears and clutches and brake pads, all motor parts. If you look real close, you can see like a piece of chain right there. There's a caster wheel frame. What else do I see? Oh, a sprocket. Right below the sprocket's a clutch plate. Just all kinds of whole bunch of easy out type drill bits for the teeth. It looks like maybe, I'm not sure what those are. A universal joint right behind the eye. This is pretty darn cool. This is really awesome. One of my subscribers is a big artist in the fabrication of metal and welding and such. Here's a shout out to my buddy Wes. I'm sure Wes hangs out in Flint a lot. I bet Wes has seen this several times. Oh, we got a large rifle up there and a bumper of some sort. I'm going to keep walking. An aquarium. Oh my goodness, look at this fish. I think this is an aquarium. Look at this fish. Probably a pacu. It looks like a pacu. I'm not real familiar with a lot of these fish like that, but it resembles a pacu. That's pretty cool. Oh, some antique boats. A rowing skull, maybe? Yes, this is some sort of antique rowing skull. There we go, a little name tag about it. Cypress and walnut canoe with fish well and bait box. That is very cool. Oh, it's not antique. Look at that. This is modern replica of antique style with a trolling motor built in. That is incredible. Someone put a lot of time and effort into that. Let's see what else we got over here. I'm so glad the person gave me this information and told me I should come in and check this out. This whole thing looks like it was a water feature at one time here in the mall, some sort of fountain. A lot of the malls back in the 60s had fountains in them. And this has a antique gasoline engine in it. That is incredible. That is super cool. I love that. Flywheel type engine that you would actually grab that flywheel with your hand and spin it to make the engine start. And just a simple direct drive shaft heading off to the propeller. And there's the propeller and the rudder. You've got CAN steering cables here to move the rudder back and forth. Awesome little boat. Awesome little boat. Oh, yeah. Who knew all this stuff was here? I tell you, look at this. Look at this. Some giant iconic golf balls and a globe. It says Pirani's Hockey World on it. An Austin Healey. Another boat over there. Look at this. Some sort of like, I forget what these are called. This is a church thing where like the person would stand up there when they're reading the scriptures, I believe, but I can't remember what these are called. An antique airplane. Ace Aircraft of Flint, Michigan. I didn't know there was an airplane manufacturer in Flint. Look at this. October 1929. An experimental license of the Riley Special Serial Number 1. They built the first plane, about 80% complete in 1932, when production ceased and placed in storage of an apartment building in Flint. Look at the story behind this. The things you get out and find out when you get out here and look around. I'll let you read through this if you want. Read it here. Mostly original, built in 1930 by AC Spark Plug Company, parts of it where Mr. Riley was president of the company, which was a division of General Motors. Goodyear tires are original from 1931. Propeller, manufactured in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The wings are original. Minor finishing details were finished and added. 2001, the restoration was completed. That's awesome. Look at that airplane. That is just awesome. And if we look at the tail number on it, X7655, the X designates experimental aircraft. There we go. An airplane company based in Flint that never took off and, I do a bad pun here, that never got off the ground. How about that for a pun? I'm not usually into puns, but that's a good one. Alright, we head to the back here. Look, there's the Dort Mall. Here's some real, now these are rowing skulls here. Look at these. These are awesome. And we're heading to the back of the mall. We can see these different stores here that are long gone and empty. There's really not much left here. Back there where the restrooms are was the where the theater was. We're not going to go back that way because that's by the security office, and I'll probably wonder what we're doing wandering around here. Here's a plaque commemorating the building of the mall. One of Flint's real estate pioneers who built this mall. I don't know if I mentioned it when I was outside. This whole property used to be a drive-in movie theater at one time. Alright, so we're going to walk down through the main concourse here. The Coney Island is really the only business I've seen so far that's entirely within the mall that you have to come in the mall to get to. Oh, here's an alterations sewing shop that's closed right now, but well, looks like it's still in business. Certainly still in business. A big old, what is this? Oh, this is the antique and decor store that's out on the front side of the mall also. Bob's Western Wear is no longer there. This is a lifeboat off a ship. You can tell by the side clamps here that hold it in place on the side of a ship. Well, the basement here. There's a basement which for some reason is not sealed off, but probably locked on there. The basement used to be a disco back in the 70s. People would come here and go down there to flashing strobe lights and all that happy disco music. I've got some. What is this? Apparently this is a movie prop. I've heard about this. This is actually a movie prop from the Dr. Dolittle movie, starring Rex Harrison and Who else was in Dr. Dolittle? I'll be darned if I can remember. Tony Curtis, I believe. And this is the replica of the Flounder, which was actually screen-used movie replica. How about that? You just wander into a semi-abandoned mall in Flint, and there's all this cool stuff here. We're just roaming around and looking. A ship's wheel. Some big bunch of different figureheads from ships here. Look at that. I always thought figureheads from ships were cool. These are all different ship's parts here. Very fancy, elaborately carved wooden pieces, compasses and control stations, multiple props and wheels back there. Very, very nice, very nice. I'm happy I got a chance to come here. This is really great. All right, we're still walking. A little monument to the Buick Corporation, which was based here in Flint. I'm guessing this used to be on top of a building somewhere, because it's got clocks on both sides. What do we got over here? Paradise Express. Sort of a new age sort of store. I see leather and jewelry and all kinds of different flags and things and incense, etc. Oh, don't forget the silver guys on bikes. What kind of outing is complete without silver guys on bikes? That's pretty cool. All right, off we go. We're moving along. Here's the main store in the whole place and the owner of the property, Pirani's Hockey Shop. And everything in there is related to hockey. And if you need hockey equipment or sporting goods supplies related to hockey, this is the place you need to come to check it out. Hope you come and patronize this great local business that's really helping keeping this part of Flint together, because you know they need all the help they can get in here. Things are kind of underutilized, to say the least, in this part of town. And we're just walking down to the other end of the mall. This looks like it's a dead end down here. And it is. It ends right here. So really there's only a couple of stores still open. They're entirely within the mall. And we can say that it certainly is not technically abandoned. I was wrong in saying it was an abandoned mall, but we'll say it's partially abandoned and underutilized, just at the least, underutilized. All right, well, that's our trip inside the mall here. Now we're gonna walk all the way back around. Well, we made it all the way down to the other end, didn't we? Probably right down to where the A&P was. I bet the A&P was down here at this end. I can't say 100% for sure, but I would bet that's how it was set up originally. The A&P was probably down here, and the Yankee store was down at the other end, and then the mall was built in between, and then the theater was added out back. That's, you know, feel free to comment below and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm guessing might be the situation here. But the other thing I remember is a Sears catalog outlet being around here somewhere. I don't remember for sure if it was in this strip mall or not. I vaguely thought it was. It's been probably 25 years since that was a thing, since they closed down, and I didn't get over this way that much to it. I only went to it a couple times, so I'm thinking it might have been here, this end location right here where we're driving by. The city market right here might have been the Sears outlet store, but yeah, perhaps someone can refresh my memory on that. But I'm sure this end of the market was probably the original Yankee store location right down here. We're gonna drive around back and see where the theaters would have been. They said the back part of the mall had been converted to offices, and sure enough, here it is. Office area back here. That certainly, I bet there's your theater right there, I'm thinking. This square here that's been added on is probably the theater. And they said they had 2 screens at one time. We're gonna go right on around back. Oh, no. There we go. Now I'm guessing that should be a clue, shouldn't it? Hang on, we gotta see this. You know, you look around, you think, oh, that must be where the theater was. And then you driving along and you see this. So I think that should be a clue to me where the theater was, don't you think? That was funny. Alright. Hope you guys are enjoying coming along this little adventure with me. But yep, there's where I was walking down the corridor there then toward this. Oh, look at the propeller right there. 4-blade military propeller. Alright, we were walking this way and we saw the guard's office and some other offices, and there is the twin screen theater with the exit doors, no doubt, at one point. And the other exit doors would have been over here where you can see it's all blocked up. Might have even been a ticket window right there in the center part. They might have had a rear entrance here, I'm thinking. Alright. Mall maintenance area. And the back side of the mall we were just in, with a bingo hall and retired government employees union local office. You know, for being in a area of Flint that has a bad reputation, it's really not too bad back here. They keep it up pretty well. There's not a lot of graffiti or vandalism back here. It looks like this area is pretty well kept up right here, and they keep the stores going as best they can. Someone's committed to it and keeping it nice and clean and functional, and that's a good thing. Oh, the muffler store is still here. The Muffler Man store, or whatever brand of store it is now, is still here and still in business. That's good to see too. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching our little tour of this particular part of Flint, Michigan. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for now.